am Allie. I've been sharing my travel story. My husband and I traveled for many years to many countries before we had kids, and the stories are fun. And it's fun for me to tell them. So in 2012, we went to Germany. It was June, and it had been a rainy month there. We were going to an area called St. Goar, and it's like on the Rhine. It's absolutely beautiful, like lots of castle. You do boat trips and tours and things like that, and just gorgeous. So we were driving there, and we get there and we're, following directions and going to where our hotel is. And so we get to the street and there's signs like you can't go down the street, and we're like, oh shoot, okay. And you're in a foreign country and like a street's blocked that is like the only way you know to go, and it freaks you out a little bit. And then we notice that a lot of the road and parking is actually underwater. And now we're starting to panic a little bit because we're like, is our hotel underwater? We heard nothing from our place. No heads up, no email like, hey, just want to let you know there's a flood. The town's underwater. Nothing. But we were going to visit a castle that day. There was a castle right near the town up on a hill. And so we're like, okay, let's just go look at the castle and we'll figure it out, And so we go and look at the castle, and we can see down on the town from up there, and you can kind of see there's little roads that go behind some of the places that weren't underwater because they were up a little higher. And so we're like, okay, maybe we can get back there. And I think my husband called our place and they were like, yes, you can come behind. And luckily your room is not underwater. Looking back, it's like, was it safe to stay there with the whole first floor flooded and we were on the floor above it? We get to the hotel and the person who works there is like just chilling on a chair on the road, like behind the building, because he couldn't be like on the main level where you like check in and stuff. Yeah, so we get to our room and we had a balcony, and the water was like literally almost the way up to the balcony. Like literally everything was flooded there, like the stores on that ground level. So sad. We're like, all right. The water was so like flooded and kind of dangerous. Our boat tour was canceled and stuff, which it's like a bummer, but what can you do? And these poor people, their places are all damaged. Kind of crazy. I was kind of scared. It's just the unexpected things, the things that happen. Oh, I got way too much when you're traveling. But you are there and you make the best of it. We drove around. Instead of went on a boat, we drove around and saw the castles, and it was a pretty drive. There was a vineyard right by with amazing wine. We drank wine and we sat on our balcony and looked at the water, and not what we expected, but it was still a beautiful place and we had such a great time. But that was a little shocking at the time and a little, brings on some panic. But when you're in places like that, just make the best of it and have a good attitude, and like you can still have a lot of fun. That was kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm going to be sharing my travel stories, so follow along if you want to hear more.